Hi, Matt. I'm just waiting for some people to gather, and then I'll begin. Oh, Caleb and Banner here. Welcome. I'm going to give it a few more minutes to let other people come on in, and then I'll start. Hey, Eric, good morning to you. It's nice to see your chat, everybody. Well, I've got a lot of gathering questions this morning, so I figure I might as well begin. So, welcome everybody to Virtual Church School. It's almost Christmas. It's just in a few more days. And I have some questions. Oh, hi, Dwilmers. Welcome. So, it's almost Christmas. And I'm wondering, do you think you're going to get any presents? And have you gotten or made any presents to give to other people? If you want, you can write your answers in the chat, or you can write anything you want to share about anything that you're thinking about. We're going to have a white Christmas where I am in Cambridge, Massachusetts. There's snow on the ground. And you can write about snow if you'd like. And I've got still more questions for you. Like, what is the funniest present you've ever gotten? It can be a Christmas present or any kind of present. Or you can write, what is the funniest present you've ever given someone? I'm asking because my family had a tradition of always having at least one joke present at Christmas time. Oh, look, Patrick is talking about how much snow there was. Yes, it was kind of amazing how much fell. It's not just our white Christmas isn't just like a little sprinkling. It's serious. Oh, Anne is sharing their funniest present. They got a fart gun. Wow, that's a new one on me. Oh, good morning, Kim. Oh, Anne says they got the fart gun from the family white elephant. Yes, my housemates have a Yankee Christmas swap often, and they've come home with some funny things. My family growing up always had a joke every Christmas, sometimes several jokes, and some of them were small jokes and some of them were big jokes. One of the small jokes was when one of my sisters got a set of silverware, except all the presents were, all the pieces of silverware, like the spoons and the forks, were connected by string. They were tied up with string, and then they were lowered into a long tube. So when she opened it, she had no idea what this was going to be. And she started fishing up the string, and out came a fork, and so on. And a bigger joke was when I opened a very, very small box one Christmas, and there was a piece of string in it, and it led away from the box, and it led into the dining room next door, and then it led all through the house and outside into the backyard and back in again and upstairs and downstairs. And finally, it led to the basement where I found a new bicycle. That was my most surprising present that I've ever gotten. I didn't expect the little box to lead to a bicycle. Oh, Caleb is going to be buying a present for a friend and might give a present to a different friend. Caleb's got plans for presents this holiday season. So the bicycle I got was my most surprising present, but it wasn't the funniest. I'm wondering if you would like to share what your most surprising present was, or what is the most surprising present you ever gave to somebody. So Matt shares that he got a clock from his dad that rotated counterclockwise. I'm already laughing. What made it funny, though, was that his dad forgot that Matt had given him the same clock the previous Christmas. That is really funny. I think you should also use that clock to explain if you're ever late, or you could say that you thought you had lots more time because the clock was going the wrong way. I could also see that being a great prop for all kinds of things. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm so glad you shared that, Anne. Anne shares that one of the most surprising years of presents for Patrick was when Patrick's parents gave him a baby brother. He got a little brother that Christmas. Yeah, Donald's birthday is in December, so that was quite a Christmas present. Hi, Kate and Isaac. We're just talking during gathering time about funny and surprising Christmas presents that we've gotten or given. Eric and says that the baby brother wasn't exactly a surprise, but he was a surprise in that you didn't know what he would be like. What his personality would be as a baby, what he would, like to do. Eric is uncertain about any surprising or funny presents, but giving packages at the post office yesterday, an unusual, oh my goodness. Eric got a knitted nose warmer, or he's giving a nose warmer from the office Knitwit. Okay. Nose warmer's pretty funny. I'm so glad I asked this question. I want to save this chat forever. Oh, Kate is writing coupons for her grandparents. Ooh, the coupon says, this paper entitles you to one baked good of your choice. Okay, I'm thinking I want to get on Kate's Christmas present list. Caleb's most surprising present was the time his mom's aunt got a babysitter on Christmas. Oh my goodness. There are so many people who would want to get a babysitter on Christmas. It's Isaac is doing the coupons. Okay. I don't want to be on Kate's Christmas present list. I want to be on Isaac's Christmas present list. I did not know that Isaac baked. This is really good to know. Yeah, I'm going to file this away. But now, the time is pressing, so I'm going to start. It's time to ring the bell. Okay. This time I remembered my timer, and I'm going to start it. And I'm going to hold my thumb out sidewise. Oh, a baby sister, not a sitter. Both are good. There's my thumb because I can still hear the sound of the bell. I probably heard it longer than you did because I'm right next to it and you're through a screen. Thumbs up. I put my thumb down, but you can do either. So now it's time for our story. Once there was a person called Mary, and she got a very surprising present right around Christmas time. It was a present from God. God sent an angel named Gabriel to tell Mary about the present. that she was going to get. Now, when she was talking to Gabriel, Mary could have said, "No, thank you. I don't want that present. I want something else." But in fact, Mary said she wanted the present that God had chosen for her. The present was a big surprise. Can you guess what the surprise was? You can write your guess in the chat, but it's hard to guess because the things that God does are very surprising and unexpected. Anyone has been given, ever. Yes, Isaac is guessing in the chat that it was Jesus. And the Dwilmers, Donal says a baby. Yes, and you might think, is a baby really so surprising? And Caleb and Benji are guessing Jesus too. Is a baby really so surprising? Well, I think every single baby is really surprising. Marion notes that it wasn't a baby sister. No, it was a baby boy called Jesus. I would say that all babies are really surprising, and who they turn into can be really surprising. But even among all the babies, Jesus was a really surprising baby. If you read about him and his life, well, you might look like these people here. These are people being surprised. If you want, you can practice being surprised by opening your mouth into an O and putting your hands up. And you can open your your eyes really wide. That shows surprise. Anne agrees that babies are very surprising. And Anne knows a lot about babies because she has worked delivering babies as a doctor. So the baby, as everyone has guessed, had the name of Jesus, which God gave him. And Mary and her husband Joseph were the baby's mom and dad, and they were very happy to see their new little baby that they were going to raise and take care of. It's a big responsibility to take care of a baby because babies can't do much for themselves, even when they're Jesus. They need to be held. Here is a picture of a little baby who has just been born very recently. This is not the baby that Mary and Joseph had. It's another baby. This baby's name is not Jesus. His name is Joey. You can see how tiny he is, and he's got very small hands. It's hard for his hands to do things in the world when they're that small. So Mary and Joseph felt that they had to be very responsible taking care of their baby, just as all parents do. But even though they had heard from the angel about how their baby was a particularly special baby given by God, they didn't know about all the adventures he was going to have and about all the people he was going to teach and all the people he was going to help. And they didn't know about the shape his life was going to take and how it would shape the life of the whole world and all the people in it. If they had known, they would have been even more surprised than they were already. So that baby you looked at, oops, his little screen is a little bit off on my other device here. This baby, wrong. There we go. This baby is very small because he has just been born. Oh, Rachel says I keep freezing. That's my internet, I'm afraid. When that baby that I showed you, when he gets a little older, he will get bigger. Just like each one of us did. We all started as babies. When we were born, we were all very small and different looking from the way we look now. But then we got bigger. And the same thing happened with Mary and Joseph's baby. When he was first born, he looked very small, and then he grew older and got bigger. And instead of having itsy bitsy hands that couldn't do much, he got to have bigger kid hands. Here are some family hands. The smallest kid hands are in the center. Here are the fingers. And then there's a pair of bigger hands around. and then a pair of still bigger hands around. And all the hands together are making the shape of a heart. That's because a heart is about love. And there's a lot of love being held here in these hands. And then baby Jesus's hands grew even bigger. And then they grew into grown. And those hands of the baby Jesus, when he grew up, did a lot of work in the world. What kind of work do you think it was? Do you think it was good work or bad work? You can write what you think in the chat. Some people describe God as having the whole world in his hands. Here's a picture of grown-up hands holding the world. See those big old grown-up hands? And there's the world. It's a big responsibility to hold the whole world. What if God had sent an angel to tell us that our present for Christmas was the world? Or a present at any time was the world? That would be a big surprise and a big responsibility. Here is a picture of some big, wrong. Sorry about my devices here. Here is a picture of some big grown-up hands giving the whole world to some smaller hands. It's possible that at some point each one of us may have to hold some part of the world in our hands. Right now, the part I'm holding is this laptop. And I'm also holding the time for this story hour. But even holding just a little piece of the world is a lot of responsibility. And holding the whole world would be just too much responsibility for any one of us, I think, unless we were Jesus or God. But I'm going to try to resize this picture. But together with a lot of other people on the planet, it would be easier if we had a lot of help. If there were a lot of helping hands, it would, we could maybe do it. Isaac says that he would not like to be gifted the world. I wouldn't either. But in some ways, parts of the world we are gifted when we're born. And we hope there are that for even the small parts that we're given. It was a big surprise to Mary and Joseph when they had baby Jesus. And everything he did when he grew up was a big surprise to them and to everybody else. When God gives presents, they seem to always be very surprising and not what you would guess, not what you would expect. You might ask God for a kit to build dinosaur models, and what you get from God would be something completely different and completely unexpected. It's not easy to think the way God thinks and feel the way God feels. And it's not easy to guess what God is likely to give you. It's pretty certain to be a surprise. And if you get some part of the world that you've seen the pictures of, so I won't show you again. If you're given some part of the world, I'm wondering, are you going to do good work or bad work in taking care of it? What are your hands going to do with the part that is given you? Will your hands do good work or bad work? And most importantly, I think, will they be hands of love in the world like these? I wonder. So that is the end of our story, and now it's time for questions. And one of my questions is, would you ask God or your parents or Santa to give you a dinosaur model making kit? Is that something you'd like? I just made it up because I think I would have liked it at some point. Or is there some, Isaac says, nah. Oh, and Patrick says, instead of a dinosaur model kit, he would like to get a time machine to go back and see the dinosaurs. That would be surprising, says Patrick. That would be so surprising. Can you imagine? Oh, Rachel's family says that they would try to do both with the hands, both do the good work and be the hands of love in the world. And if anybody wants to share what else they would like to get, you can type it in the chat. Oh, and how about other people? Are you going to give other people any presents? We heard Isaac is giving his grandparents coupons for a baked good of their choice. And so I want to get on Isaac's Christmas list. Maybe someday I could get a baked good coupon. Oh, Ben and Caleb would like the kit. They would like the dinosaur making kit. I used to like getting kits that I could make things out of. So is anybody going to make or give presents to other people? Maybe like Isaac, you're going to give your grandparents something, maybe a Christmas card. Can you imagine their hands opening the Christmas card? Oh, here's a picture I found of some people making Christmas cards. What I liked about this picture is how happy these folks looked making cards. You can see they're using scissors to cut red Christmassy paper. I wonder what they're going to make. They look happy making the things. Oh, Ben and Caleb say they would also like to get a fart gun. Good to know, because we might not have a fart gun ready to give you this Christmas, but it's just good to know that you would like one for other holidays. Oh, there's a secret. What Isaac's giving his mom. I don't know if I should say it on the YouTube. Anne shares that she wants to tell Rachel that she might have something that could use a new home. And Matt says that getting Christmas cards makes him happy. Maybe those kids are making the Christmas cards for him. We don't know who they're making them for. And it's now time to say goodbye, but if you'd like to spend a few minutes just saying anything about presents in the chat, maybe who you'd like to give one to, or you could just say that you have a secret, like Isaac has a secret that he shared in the chat. Maybe you are making a secret present for someone. You could write it in the chat, and I promise I won't tell whoever it is, because I don't want to spoil the surprise. Maybe God, when he gives presents, doesn't want to spoil the surprise, and so we don't know what he's going to give us. We have to see. So now it's time to say goodbye, and because Christmas is coming, we can wish each other a Merry Christmas. You could type Merry Christmas in the chat. You could put a emoji Christmas tree in the chat, or you can wave a greeting saying, Merry Christmas. I'm laughing just because I enjoy Christmas very much. Oh, Caleb and Benji are showing a star that's blossoming like the Star of Bethlehem in the chat. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great Christmas. Bye-bye.